Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Gord and we are about to embark on a slightly ambitious project today, shall we say. And I will show you why. I had a really interesting thought on the way home from work today, and I think it's going to work. So we have to take, you may note there's a few less missions on this list. And we need to actually grab 2 more of these right now. We need to get that on the list, and we need to get that on the list. So at this moment in time, we have active 2 small payload missions. Docking 2 vessels in orbit, orbital EVA, ignore this, that's just old school, crash stuff into Minmus, and explore Minmus. And we are going to accomplish all these things in the next couple episodes. But we're going to accomplish it via a idea that I had. You see, my biggest challenge with Minmus has always been getting enough power to make the trip. So I had 2 small payload contracts and an EVA contract, and the whole thing, if I just yank off the extra bits and bobs here and just show you what I'm thinking here. So if I pull... Anyways, okay. You know what? Enough beating around the bush. Basically, what you see here is several different missions all added up into one. Below here you've got our standard 20-ton payload booster. We've played with this, although it's got the newer engines, it's still basically our good old 20-ton payload booster. At the top here we have my standard payload delivery. We have 2 small packages, one for Maxo Construction and one for Kerbal World Firsts. And up here we have our Command Pod Mark 1, which I have been assured will not die on me while I'm deorbiting this thing. So, or that our Kerbal will not explode. So I'm going to take the chance. We're going to, that it's just a graphical thing and nothing else. But we are going to assign a, well, okay, Jebediah Kerman has apparently taken the seat now, so we'll let Jebediah Kerman do the job. And then this right here in the middle, this is the really cool part. Now if we peek underneath the, underneath here you can see we have a transponder. This is this thing right here, and it's required for the vessel docking mission. It is attached to what I'm going to call my science core, my basic science core. So what you see are, oh, and I got to reconnect these apparently. These have lost their connection. There were 4 of them going to here, yeah, to there. Perfect. So what we have is a big stack of batteries, 4 stacks of 6 to be precise, each one holding 400 charge, which is a massive quantity of charge. We have a modular girder in the middle, and then a probe core and some antennas, a gravioli, thermometers, and barometer, our usual, batch of orbital sensors that we currently have. This whole unit, plus the probe core at the bottom here, weighs 18.985 tons. Which means we can easily get it into orbit. So what will happen once we're in orbit, this bottom part here will be ejected and sent to the ground, as usual. Our Kerbal will do its EVA, and then he will detach from here and use the RCS fuel that we have here to boost himself out of orbit. And then this middle section will wait in orbit, all as one big unit, as a small space station in a nice solid parking orbit. And we are going to fly a second ship using another 20 tons worth of ship, which will be the engines that will boost us to Minmus. Engines for sure, possibly even a, I don't know, maybe I'll design it even as a potential to have a landing unit on it. Because with having delivered all of the batteries already, I might just be able to squeeze a lander into this ship. Because I got to have 20 tons to play with to make a orbital transition to Minmus, and our an orbital transition to Minmus, and that may actually be able to do a lander because it's not that much more fuel than it is to get to. I'll find the word here in a second. It's not that much more fuel than it is to get to Kerbin. This needs to go separately. I don't want to blow that off at the wrong time. So yeah, we are going to do a whole host of missions, delivering payloads, docking vessels. So docking vessels, exploring Minmus, and crashing something into Minmus, that's all going to get done on in a future episode. Today's goal is to primarily going to be to get this all into orbit, do our orbital EVA, and return the stack and the Kerbal alive and well. So, save the design. So it's an expensive launch, but we are accomplishing a huge amount of different jobs all at once. Oh, and by the way, there's a small amount of monopropellant squeezed onto this ship, which I'm going to save for once everything's detached. That'll be to help stabilize and orient this thing to make docking just a tiny bit easier. One ring of these batteries is also being left active. The other 3 rings are not. So I should be able to dock before this thing runs out of batteries without any trouble. And if it does, there is going to be a probe core on the other ship anyways. If this probe core gets damaged, actually, now that I think about it, if this probe core... Oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, change of plans. Change of plans, guys. Redesign time. We can actually make it so we have a little less mass to take to Minmus here. If I play my cards right. Of course, it's going to make it a little harder to squeeze the antenna on here. You know what? 2 of those. Hopefully that will be okay. We'll put that right there. We'll put... Let's see, the next thing that goes on will be... Hold on, we'll put this back on. Yeah, like that. We'll put 4 RCS thrusters on. Okay. You know what we need to do is we need to add just a bit more girder. There we are, 1 more modular girder segment. That should do it. And then that goes on top of that. There we go. Now we'll have room for everything we need. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And actually, we don't even need to take along that now that I think about it, because... And then this is going to get a probe core right here, attached to that. Excellent. Okay, so that goes like that. These 4 go up as high as we can on here, because this is going to be the very, very, very top of the system. And then these go right, 2 of them go right, 1, 2 right there. There we go. Okay. So the reason we changed that was because we don't need to take a second probe core to Minmus with us. Technically, you know what? Technically, you want to go with real crazy technicalities? Technically, we don't need to take that either. Because once we've docked the 2 ships, we can do whatever the heck we want with them, right? That's my understanding anyways. So if I can do whatever I want with them, I can leave it here, saving us another, you know... Okay, so that's what? 0.05 plus 0.25. So 0.3, that's a battery's worth of mass from the probe core and the transponder. So that says to me that it's probably worth the trouble to not have to worry about it. Now let's see, how much does this weigh now? 19.11. You know what? We could probably squeeze on 1 more batch of batteries. So let's move those up higher. 1 right there. And then we'll move that up there, and that. Here I am redesigning it right after I said I was all ready to go, right? 2, 3. We might be pushing it to do that. 20.91. We had better engines. You know what? No, it's not worth it. Let's just keep this thing clean. How much do these girder segments weigh anyways? 0.125. Oh, heck with it. You know what? No. We're going to revert. 2 of those there. That can go there. Actually, we could do it this way. There we go. That's what we needed. A little room to squeeze those RCS thrusters on there. 1, 2. Oh, of course it's mirroring. No mirror. There we go. And you go right there. Okay. Let's go back to plan A. Let's save our mass. No point in adding this when we've just gone to a lot of trouble to get rid of that. So that makes our actual landing segment 8.59 minus the weight of this stuff right here, which is not bad at all if I do say so myself. Perfect. Okay, staging is good. Parts, mass 193. That's interesting. The mass here from Craft Stats is different from the mass from Flower Child. Intriguing. Alright, not going to touch deadly reentry settings. Alright, with that said, I think I need to get the launch going here. So let's go to the launch pad and see how let's see how disastrously this thing collapses under its own weight. Cross your fingers, guys. Here we go. Hey guys, sorry about the abrupt cut there. I realized I'd made one minor mistake in the design. I switched around the RCS tanks, put the big one here on the actual stack. I figure it would be nice to be able to take a bigger RCS tank with me to Minmus, and I put a little one under the command pod because this thing's tiny. It should not take that much RCS to maneuver it back out of orbit. Anyways, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. So, 2 payload deliveries, 1 EVA, and 2 safe hardware returns. It says here in fine print, and 1 safe Kerbal return, because losing Kerbals is expensive. At least that's the hope, right? So, stage 1 almost done. This is the part where it would be really nice to get rid of those engines, but I don't have radial technology yet. So we go down to somewhere in the mid-80s in terms of mid-80 meters per second or so before we equilibrium. Yeah, yep, just about exactly in the mid-80s. There we go. We've bottomed out. And then at 10,000 we do our usual gravity rotation. All the standard actions, right? This is a bit risky, but I think we can pull it off. There's a lot of moving parts on this mission, and the next mission as well, especially for the docking part that's coming up later. That's going to be interesting. First attempt at docking a pair of ships. That's going to be pretty neat. Alright, here comes 10,000, getting ready to make our turn. Here we go. A little further. A little further. Alright, there we go. There's a gravity turn done. Lock it on its new angle. And in a few moments we are going to be getting rid of the lower stage. Just in time to actually maybe get an apoapsis out of our system readings here. Right down in the bottom. Yep, there it goes. Okay, getting ready to discharge. Oh no! No! Crap! No! That was fixed. I fixed that. When did that go? No. That was fixed before I did the change. I had fixed that stupid problem. No. Okay. You know, I had that set, and all I did was pull the the top of the ship off, make one change, and put it back, and it put the stupid bloody ejection in a different spot again. Why did it do that? Because it only sometimes puts these stages in the wrong place, not reliably. Okay, well, here we go again. What a bizarre How bizarre. How bizarre. I mean, I can actually absorb the $50,000, but the $70,000 from the failed mission is a little bit much, more than I want to really face today. Besides, something that I had explicitly made sure was right before launching that ship, suddenly not being right is just not cool. The cost of making one tweak to my ship, I guess. Holy crap. Pardon my yawning, if I'm doing that a lot today. Been a long day. Very, very long day. But that's okay. Nice to be playing Kerbal now. And this mission, I'm pretty excited about this mission. If I can get this idea I've got going on here to work, like if this works the way I hope, I'm going to be pretty pleased with myself. Using whatever you call it, the girder attachment to mount all that stuff was kind of a cool idea. Original design actually used a fuel tank, but of course the fuel represents a lot of mass and I couldn't actually carry that many batteries. And the whole idea of this is that it's a battery pack. It's basically a big block of batteries that will be needed for the trip, and that will be recharged, if any have lost charge, by the process of burning to get to Minmus, because I'm going to use a Poodle engine for the transfer stage. Because I have those engines now, I might as well use something that actually is going to recharge my batteries while I'm burning towards my target, right? Seems like a sensible plan to me. Okay, getting ready for our transition staging time coming up. Not long, but just a few more moments. RCS on. Okay. Looking good. Alright. Still gaining speed. Excellent. What we need to do now is get ready to cut the engines when our apoapsis gets over 72 to 74 kilometers. She's looking quite good so far. It's going to be a little tighter than some of my previous missions because this one is right on the razor's edge of the mass that this thing can handle. My last one actually had quite a bit of mass to spare. Just doing a bit more of a turn here. Trying to make a bit more efficient use of the fuel for the last bit of our launch here. 71, 72. Okay. Let's see. Planning a burn. About that much. Set without the 143. 82, still too much. 76, 61. So we're going to have to do a bit more of a let me see. It's going to be iffy to do it that way. We really want to push our apoapsis out in front of us like that. 73, 52. And how long do I have? Not much. 73, 61. Yeah, we're going to have to do a couple of subsequent burns here to finish the orbit, but that's okay. That's okay. That's actually going to be pretty good. SAS off, stop fighting me. Our burn time is coming up. I just hope we're not in a position where we're actually wasting energy on this. Alright, here we go. Please don't run out of fuel. Even if we skim the atmosphere on an orbit, I think we'll still be able to keep it in orbit. Because the uppermost atmosphere doesn't actually do a lot of damage to my... Okay, there we go. And then just a few seconds, we'll do just a bit more here. I'm going to take a very, very little of additional burning to get us into an finished orbit. We're just trying to do this as efficiently as possible. $60, $71. Good enough. Look at that. Good enough. Okay. Step 1, deliver. Step 2, deliver. Check. Discard. Discard. Jeb, pop out of your ship. And the good news is, he's wearing a spacesuit. Thank you, Jebediah, for wearing your spacesuit. We are not letting go of the ship. We are simply going to be joyful in the fact that he is not dead in orbit. And we're going to try and get him home. Okay. Step 3, probe core. Online. Online. Alright, time to send Jebediah Kerbal home. Let's see, batteries online. 1, 2, 3. How many batteries are on here? 3, 4. RCS. Leave the ship batteries off for now. Decouple the node. Fly Jebediah's ship, who is going to go burn away, burn up a little, and then deorbit. Let's just hope we got enough RCS to do the job. Okay, we're in the atmosphere, but we need to get low enough in the atmosphere. Alright, let's just flip this thing around. Okay, finish your burn. Alright, Jebediah, good job. Good job. That's step 1 down. Now we just have to get him back without exploding, which we will do shortly. Down to 35. Alright. Cool. Didn't mean to go to the other ship like that. That was a bit of an oops. Get him down into the atmosphere there. Alright. So if we take him in at this angle right here, by the time we actually hit the burning part of the atmosphere, he should be rotated to the right angle. And as soon as we start seeing burning effects, we are going to discharge our decoupler here to get rid of this extra crap. We'll probably be able to turn these batteries on pretty quick here because it doesn't take that long to get to the ground. I know, we're being impatient here. There's our other ship, now 11 kilometers away and rising, but we'll get to that one from the ground control. Okay, so far so good. Jebediah coming to the ground again. Okay, and yeah, these pieces are very weak. They're useless as ablative shielding, so I'm not going to risk it. We have an ablative shield built into this command pod. Let's use it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's do it that way. Okay. We're starting to get some pretty serious heating going on here, so pretty quick here we're going to need to get this thing on its way decoupled. We're almost out of monopropellant anyway, so let's turn on the batteries and the monopropellant on the ship. Lots of... oh, okay, batteries were starting to run low too, so that's good to know. So the sensible thing at this point will be to get rid of these things so that we don't have any future issues with this thing burning up my poor guy here. I have no idea if decouplers might actually impinge on the structural integrity or functionality of an ablative shield. Not a clue. Might be the case though. You never know. Alright, we are actually slowing down, which is why we're heating up, really. So, getting ready to get rid of the ship. I'm going to quick save right there, just in case of emergency. Probably not a great place to quick save, but that's what we're going to do. Quick save before we left orbit would have been far more sensible. Okay, well, we're pointed in perfectly retrograde right now. And I think the atmosphere is going to keep us that way. Hoping anyways. Getting ready to blow the bottom of this ship off. We can't be long to the ground now. We're going to be landing on, hitting the ground on land, unfortunately. Okay, still getting hotter. Oh, we are actually not quite orienting in the atmosphere properly here, are we? Let's turn off the RCS. Let's. Oh, here we go. Get rid of that. Alright, we are on our own. It's all up to the atmosphere. And maybe a little bit from Jebediah if I can make use of the mass controls. We're burning our ablative shield now, and it's burning at 0.15. And so we are ablating now. I repeat, ablation has begun. The period of terror has begun. And there's... Ooh. That's a pretty big explosion, wasn't it? I wonder if exploding fuel tanks would take out your ship. That would be kind of a scary feature, wouldn't it? Structural integrity appears to be intact as of yet. So far, so good. Down below 1900. Oh, something else. Whoop, there goes another. Ooh, wow. Holy smokes, did you see that? There's still one piece left up there. Impressive that it's still intact, whatever it is. Okay, well, lots of ablative shield left still. We're coming in nicely. Oh, we might hit the water. 50-50 chance of it this stage. Excellent. So all we have to do is get this guy to the ground intact and alive, without him running out of batteries in the process, which I think we'll be okay on. So we are slowing down really fast now. That ablative shield's actually going quite far, isn't it? Yeah, warning, shoot deployment unsafe. You think? Maybe just a little? Still got the fire going on here. That is an interesting addition to the game, that warning right there. Not that I don't appreciate it, but that's an interesting thing to have. Alright, shockwave. Alright. Okay, shoot deployment should be safe now, which is actually getting close to where I would normally deploy it anyways, but we're going to give it a few more moments here. I think we're just barely going to hit the water, aren't we? Hard to say. I'll give it even odds at this stage. Alright, there we go. Parachute can do its thing. And at 500 meters, we will stop. Yeah, hard to say. We could hit the water, we might not. It's looking good, though. Boy, does Jebediah ever look happy. Talk about a Kerbal that never looks worried about anything. That's the man right there. The bravest Kerbal in the books. Okay. Deployment is coming, and we are going to land on the ground, not on the water. It was a close one, though. Look at that. It's right there. Surface landing should be fine, though. We've never had any problems with it, with the pods. The bigger pieces of ship are a little bit more of a problem, but the pods themselves, no problem, right? Okay, just about there. Going quite fast, though, 11.2. I sure hope that's going to survive the landing. That would suck if this thing won't survive the landing because of the parachute. I'm sure we've landed it with this parachute before. Yep, we have. Recovered. Jebediah Kerman is home safe, which means we have a third contract finished for today, which will have nicely, I think, mathematically offset our few dollars, but the big one is right here, 62,000. That is completely, between that and the two deliveries, that has completely offset the cost of that launch, 100%. Let's see if we can offset it a bit more. There's a couple of markers. Now, let's see, we need the manned EVA test right there. Let's fly it, and let's get this thing into its final state of being, which mostly involves removing the engine unit from this thing. So this is going to be delivered and delivered. Good. This is good. It's still off. So all we need to, and this is where I'm going to couple up the new ship. So all we need to do is decouple the node right there, and we go back away. And then we go, let's see, let's go translate a little. Okay, SAS off, seriously. And I believe we are pointed retro right now. Whoop, stop, right, it's got the unbalanced RCS thing going on. Alright, and that should be far enough away to not hit the ship when I start my de-orbiting burn here. Just let that thing drift by, just like so. There we go. And we just use up the last of the fuel, except for maybe tiny bit right there to do a last second. Yeah, alright, well we're going down regardless here. Actually, that was way more than I needed to use, which is a little unfortunate, but oh well. We're going down as fast as we are going down. This thing may just explode in the atmosphere, which would be unfortunate, but you can't win them all, right? I may have angled this thing just a little too steeply for its re-entry. We're definitely coming down in the ocean right now. The other half of the ship is long gone. And we're going to we'll rename that in a moment. Oh, maybe we are going to land on land. Okay. Well, here we come into the period of doom and destruction, where we might as well use up a bit of RCS to try and slow us down a little. Let's see if our ablative engines will ablate sufficiently here. This thing may just explode. In all honesty, I did burn just a little more than I should have. Oh, there goes our RCS. Those are something. Our engines are just at the point of destruction here. Wow. Oh, there go our engines. Yep, there it goes. Oh well. Too steep. I screwed up. Oh well. It was worth it. It was funny. I've had not mixed success getting that chunk of the ship back to the ground anyways, so I'm really not that broken up about it. The ship's pretty broken up about it, though, have to say. All right, back to the Space Center. Let's examine our situation and wrap things up for today. So we've come out of this certainly even with our initial costs. Good, we're back to medium payload missions. That's good. So I think we've cleared all the extra world first stuff, which is good. So that should actually, we're back to normal. Okay. So next episode, we are going to get a second vessel into orbit, which is going to be intended to crash things into Minmus and explore Minmus in terms of some or all of the goals that you see right here. And that will be that. So, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.